Everybody loves the white guy.
But God hates the white guy. You know that?
Right. Oh, wait. Really?
Yeah. Your people to rape, rob, and murder the entire earth and kill the Native Americans. Your forefathers, right?
Wait.
Good. Got the alcohol on me. Wait. Back up. All right.
You
Take a step back. Look. Yeah, you're a little close. Time. I don't plan on speaking that long. Like quick 20, 30 minutes. Alright. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yashayah, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We out here for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to let you know that you are God's chosen people. Right? That the Most High God loves you and you only. Right? He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for you and you only. Right? Let me get that in John 6, 35. John 6 and 35. Let's start with that. Right? Now everybody want to talk about one gorilla versus 100 men. You know, who would win? Right? But that one man that's going to destroy all the men on all the nations that rape, robbed, and murdered His people is Yahshayah, man. Right? Bring it out.
And Jesus saith unto them, like this is the book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 35. And Jesus saith unto them, I am the bread of life.
Right? He said He is the bread of life, right? Now we got so-called white men out here feeding our people, as He should, because they deserve it. But at the same time, this is the bread of life. This is the bread that you need. What's going on, Elder? Right? This is the bread of life that you need. Right? Read it again from the top.
And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life.
Right? Yahshayah is the bread of life. Read.
He that cometh to me shall never hunger.
Shall never hunger. Read.
And he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
Shall never thirst. Right now, this is on a spiritual sense. Right now, we can feed our people. We can, feed you and give you water. But if you don't teach a man how to obtain those things and understand that the only way you're going to get out of poverty and get out of the situation you in is keeping the commandments of God.
Right.
And that the Most High God is in control of your destiny, in control of whether you'll be rich or poor and bring you up upon high or to a lower state. That's all under the control of the Most High.
Right.
Right? Read.
Verse 37. It's like verse 36. But I said unto you, that ye also have seen me and believe not.
Right? You see the Most High. People seeing Yahshayah, right? Seeing the works He's done, right? You see the Spirit moving, but you believe not. Right? Read.
Verse 37. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me. And him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out.
Right? Everybody that comes, repent, believes in the Most High God, comes in sincerity, repents, change your ways, leave off from the old man you used to be, right? Submit yourself to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. He said what?
All that the Father giveth me shall come to me. And him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out.
Right? He's not going to cast you out. Right? And that's the grace of the Most High God, man, because a lot of our people, as you can see out here, this whole line of people, right? We got a whole line of people here. And majority of them are Israelites that need food, man. Right? And we got white guilt over here feeding our people, of course. Right? Probably defiled bread. Right? Fucking fluoride water, Salaki in my language. Fluoride filled water. Probably feeding them pork and all this, that, all the other defiled stuff, man.
We about that earlier.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Feeding them damn whole milk.
Right.
Stuff that's not gonna benefit your body, just gonna fill your belly, man. We're not out here just to fill your belly and to fill your spiritual belly, to make you feel good like your pastor on Sunday and send you home back into wickedness.
You got all manner of mono and diglycerides over there.
Right, mono. Yep, exactly. Right. You understand? We're not out here just to fill your belly for a day, right? We're here to fill your spirit for life, man.
Right.
Fill that spiritual belly for life. Right. Let me get that in. Oh, keep reading on that. Actually, keep reading.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 38. For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will.
Right, not to do his own will, right? Now that's a cut on you Christians that believe that Jesus is God, right? Read.
But the will of him that sent me.
But the will of him that sent me. So if Jesus Christ is God, just a little side note, who sent Christ?
Right.
Right? How he gonna send himself? He's schizophrenic? Right? It makes no sense. Right? Read.
Verse 39. And this is the Father's, which have, it's like, and this is the Father's, which will have sent me, that of all that he has given me, I should lose nothing.
You shall lose nothing, man. Right, read?
But should raise it up again at the last day.
Right? He's going to be raised up again. And what he's going to raise up, that's the house of Israel. Right? Jerusalem. Right? We're going to be built up in the last day, like the prophet says in Baruch, chapter 2, and verse 28 on down. Right? We're going to remember ourselves. Right? We're going to be built up back in the spirit because we're going to remember who we were. We're going to remember our identity. We're going to realize who our enemies are, regardless if they give us the foul bread or not. Regardless if they fill your belly for a day. Right. We're going to realize and understand who the enemy is truly and not each other. Right? All we got to do is come back to God and loving our own people, like Yashayah said. Right? The two greatest commandments is what? Fear God with all your heart, have no other God before me. Right? And love your brother as you love yourself.
Right.
And if you do that, you won't stand, you couldn't stand to see your fellow brother out here on the street and homeless and wanting to need food. Getting fed by the same people that put you in this situation, right? You're getting fed by the same oppressor that continue to systematically have your people end up in the same situations, man. Right? Read.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 40. And this is the will of him that sent me.
What's the will of him that sent him?
That everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life.
May have everlasting life, man. Right? Read.
And I will raise him up at the last day.
Right? You're going to be raised up in the last day. Right? And that's between this time now and when that sky crack open. Right? Because a lot of sifting is going on now between the sheep and the goat, like it says in the book of Luke. Right? In the book of Matthew. A lot of people are going to be separated. You're going to sift it. Right? A lot of people from the wicked, from the righteous. Okay? The people that keep the commandments and the people that don't keep the commandments. Right? You're going to be separated, and the ones that are operating in righteousness are going to be lifted up and raised up in that last day. Read.
In verse 41. It's like this book of St. John, chapter 6, verse 41. The Jews then murmured at him because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven.
Right now, the Israelites, like they always did, they murmured the same way y'all murmur at us, like we out here just speaking nonsense, but yet we coming out straight from the scriptures.
Expound on your last point. He says he's going to separate the sheep from the goats, right? But that's Israel from all the other nations. But at the same time, it's the goats within Israel that's going to be separated out also.
Right, exactly. Right, that's some other nations. The brother said, like the other nations as well as the wicked of Israel is going to have to be sifted out because there's a lot of coon ass jakes. It's like the movie in Sinners, right?
I ain't seen it.
You ain't seen it? Okay, damn.
Go ahead.
But you seen the trailer though, right?
I saw the trailer.
Right, so one of the coons was the boy at the door. Cornbread. Right now, Cornbread was the one that went out there, fell for the mulatto, sister. What was her name? I forgot her name. Right, Stack's girlfriend, whatever the hell. Fell for her or whatever. I don't want to spoil it too much, so I like it, man.
You good? Go ahead.
But eventually.
My plans to see it tomorrow.
Yeah, stuff went down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil it for you. I still like it. Stuff went down after Cornbread. We came after the eye. But
tomorrow Friday. What gonna
I always spoil it for you. Listen, man, we gonna go in on that. Once you see that, it's over with. Go ahead, keep reading on that though.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 42. And they said, is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph?
Right, the son of Joseph. Woo. Read that again.
And they said, is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph?
The son of Joseph, read.
Whose father and mother we know?
Whose father and mother we know. Oh, wow. So a lot of Christians, they say, Jesus was created in an immaculate conception. He has no father. But they hear clearly, it says right here, is this Jesus whom father and mother we know? Right? Now someone say, oh, well, of course they knew the Father. Everybody knows God, but clearly not. Right? Especially if they deny Christ.
Right.
If you knew the Father, clearly you would know his Son. Right? Clearly you would know his Son if you knew the Father. Read that again, Al.
The common
That was
sense is
heavy.
always common.
Exactly. Read that again.
Verse 42. And he said, is not this Jesus, the son of
The
Joseph,
son of Joseph. Read.
whose father and mother we know?
They know. Not. Why would they associate God with his mother?
Right.
Whose father? They say whose father and mother. So we know this father over here that we,
Because the context was him, the son of Joseph.
right, the son of Joseph.
Right.
Oh man, that's a heavy cut, bro. That is heavy. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. And they said, is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph,
Uh-huh.
whose father and mother we know?
Right,
How was it then that he saith, I came down from heaven?
right. So, like the scriptures say, and I brought this early on the live I did, on the lesson I did, right? In Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7.
I just finished that today.
Right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. It said, no other man came in this earth in no other way but by a mother and father, roughly paraphrasing. Right? Go ahead.
The book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 43. Jesus therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not amongst yourselves.
Murmur not amongst yourselves, right?
No man can come to me except the Father, which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Now you see that? Now people say you got free will, right? It's your destiny. Oh, I chose to serve God. No. Read that again.
God, it's the book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 44. No man can come to me except the Father.
Except the Father, do what?
Which has sent me, draw him.
Draw him. Except the Most High draw you to the Most High God and draw you to this truth, right? Read.
And I will raise him up at the last day.
You're going to be raised up in this last day. So it ain't of your own will that you think that you, of your own willpower, just put the weed down, put the sin down, stop being a whoremonger. It ain't of you, it's of the Most High God, whether he wants you to continue in sin and send you off into the world or be destroyed, or if he wants to have mercy upon you and bring you into this covenant, man.
Right.
Bring you into the marriage, back to the marriage, and raise you up again in the last day. Read.
God, it's the book of St. John, chapter 6, verse 45. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of God. Every man therefore that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me.
Right. Read.
Not that any man have seen the Father, save he which is of God.
Yo.
He has seen the Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life.
Right. He that believeth on Yashayah. Right. Read.
I am the bread of life.
He is the bread of life, man. Right. Now, I just went into that just to, fulfill, because everyone want to come up, oh, well, y'all not feeding us, y'all not giving us no food. Okay, we feed you for a day, then what? Right. We're not teaching you who your enemy is. Right. We're not teaching you who put your people in this situation so that you got to receive the same food from the same enemy, that destroyed your people, man. And y'all mad at us, right? You mad at us because we telling you who your enemy is.
It's like having zoo animals.
Look, they go the devil. Look, they go the devil. This nigga right here. Look at him. They go the devil, man. They don't recognize him. Posting up behind us and shit.
Right.
Damn devil, man. Right, so
it's like having zoo animals, right? And you done beat them down to a point where they're submissive to you.
Right.
And you gotta feed them to keep them alive.
Exactly. Right. That's that PTSD.
Right.
Right. Generational trauma. Right. You don't know who else to go to. You can't go to your own people because we're so destroyed in the mind, mental, that one, we hate each other. That's one struggle. Right. We all for self. That's another struggle.
Right.
Okay. We can't even come together. We got how many billionaires in the nation of Israel? That's supposed Israelites. Right. They got billions of dollars, man, and they not setting up a safe haven in every single city. How many states we got in this country? Right.
48 continuous. And we got.
Right. It should be an Israelite-owned welfare or building estate. Right. Estate to homeless people, to house the homeless of your own people. right? To feed the homeless of your own people, right? Now we could do that, but at the same time, we got obstacles we gotta get over. All right, we got obstacles we gotta get over. We gotta get funding. We gotta get approved. We gotta get clear from the so-called white man to do these things. And you know what happens when we want to do things for our own people? What happens every time almost? Right? They gotta destroy it. They gotta send a damn chill in there to destroy everything.
They wait until it flourishes.
Right. They wait till it flourishes. Same thing with Black Wall Street. Right. All the things we built up for ourselves, man. We had our own bus service, man. I can't believe that, bro. We had our own public bus service for our people, where we wouldn't have to be on the bus with the so-called white man sitting in the back of the bus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we want to amalgamate with these people so goddamn bad, you know, that we want to fight to be amongst these people, right?
It's crazy because it's in your spirit that when you get on the bus, man, you just automatically go.
You just go to the back, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. You just want to go to the back of the bus. That's crazy, right? But let me get Iraq. Uniform, bring it up in the GNT. It's Iraq 29 in the GNT. Right? And this is the thing, man. This is the thing about, you know, these last days. Our people just fishing for something, man. They fishing for the wrong things. Look at yourself. This shit. Look at this dude. Look at this dude talking to our sister, man. That's that demon, y'all. You remember that demon? About to get his ass whooped. Right? Can't get it? Alright, this regular is fine. It's alright, 29 and 24. Alright, we ain't gonna be too much longer. We want to say something.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 24.
Right, read.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
Right, it's a miserable life to go from house to house. Right, and when you think about the nation of Israel, that's all we've ever done. Right, all we ever done was go from nation, you know, a land of people being enslaved from house to house. Right, the house of the Egyptians, the house of the Ammonites, the house of the Ishmaelites. Right, enslaved in these houses of people that wasn't of our nation. Right, read.
God, for it is a miserable life to go from house to house. For where thou art a stranger.
Where thou art a stranger, read.
Thou darest not open thy mouth.
Right, you can't open your mouth. Right, and just look at today, when a so-called black person want to speak up for their own people and say anything to benefit our own people, what happens? We get told to shut up, right? Or we get canceled. They got a thing now where you can get canceled, right?
They drop you in the draft.
Or they drop you in the draft. Hell yeah. Right? And that's man, look, bro.
I don't public lynching. People don't even see it for what it is.
Right. I don't even understand how Jay can still play in the NFL. But at the same time, you gotta hold accountability to yourself, man. You know, y'all raising your sons and daughters, and it's not wrong with just pursuing a career. But when you make that your sole life goal, and the people that own that entire industry have full power and control over your life because they're funding your life. They're funding your desire for a sport that they created. Right? Just to entertain, to distract you.
There's no difference than when they took you off the slave ships and they tested you out. So they're poking and prying at you.
Right.
Kenny, how fast is he? How can he jump? I got a big, strong bull here.
Right.
Right? Same thing.
Right.
Except they got stats for it now. Right?
Right. Yeah, man. That's that combine.
Right.
That's that combine, man. That's what the slave auction was. The slave auction today is the combine.
Right.
Dog Jake willingly come over there, show them how fast they can run, show them how high you can jump, right? Show them how agile you are. Right. You know, showing them how good you can catch.
Got 35 reps at 350.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crazy stuff, man. Go ahead. Read that from the top.
The book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
From house to house, it's a miserable life, right? It ain't a life where eventually you go to this house and now the person that owns this house or the person that's dwelling in this house or the name that's on the deed, they're gonna give you, put your name on the deed and split the house in half.
Right.
Right? And you a whole stranger in their house. Right? It's not like you're their daughter, your son, a cousin. You're a whole stranger. Right, Reed?
For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth.
Right? You gotta shut up, Reed.
Thou shalt entertain and feast and have no thanks.
Wow. You shall entertain and feast. And that's what we doing. Right? That's what Jake does. All we do is entertain. Right? Singer, songwriter, sports. Right. The whole acting. You understand? We entertainers. That's what we have to be in this land. We in this land, we're strangers in a land that Esau took over, called it his own, right? Killed our other brothers and sisters, the so-called Native Americans, right? The Gadites and Reubenites, Issachar, pushed them out of the land, right? Raped, robbed, and murdered them, and took over and called this their own home.
Beyonce, she just started her cowgirl tour.
Yeah, man.
The Beehive, they buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, man, and they mad. They upset about that.
So what's that philosopher say? Give them bread and sport.
Right, bread and sport. Exactly. Yep. Coliseums, man.
Yeah.
Right, that's what people love, to be distracted. Filled with alcohol and food, man. I can't wait till the weekend, man. What we doing this weekend? You know what I mean? You bust your ass Monday to Friday, working 10, 12 hours, 14 hours, just to get to the weekend. And now it's like you so goddamn tired, or you so out of it that you need something just to satisfy your flesh. You running that weed, you running that alcohol, right?
They're running out of money.
And you run out of money. Check already spent. Right? You broke. Everybody living check to check. Right? The wages are staying level, but the cost of everything is going up. Right? Read.
Thou shalt entertain and feast, and have no thanks.
You shall have no thanks, Read.
Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words.
You're going to hear bitter words, man. And don't we get talked about bitterly? Right.
Let's come around here with
right. Yo, that reminded me of this video I saw, right? Jake was, it was like a meme, but he was saying, like, how it would be when you sleeping on somebody's couch.
Right.
And when they wake up in the morning, like, he would just sleep like this with his eyes open, laying on the couch, and the camera was looking at him. And the dude got up, and all you heard was the dude in the background making all that. He slammed the door, slammed the microwave, putting it on, like pushing all the buttons to the microwave. He was like, ah! Making all noise. He just sitting on the couch like this, like that's a miserable life, man. Oh my God, I've been there. I've been there. Listen, man, I was damn near homeless in Florida. Hey, man, it's a miserable life to go from house to house, especially living on somebody's couch, man. Go ahead, read.
Verse 26. It's like chapter 29, verse 26. Come, thou stranger, and furnish a table.
Right, come and furnish a table. Right, come and work for me. Come and fill up my Amazon warehouses and work.
Right.
Work to death. Right? Come in, sun up to sundown, and work to death. Box those packages. Right? Go out, deliver my packages.
So like a lot of our forefathers, they died from working to death.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like
in the fields too.
They ain't had nothing physically wrong with them. They just died working.
Died working, man. Died on the job.
And that's what they want you to do nowadays. Social Security about to get cut.
Yeah.
Right? Your 401k is trash.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to work till you die.
Literally, man. And they literally want you to work from 16 or even 12 and 14. So you become a teen at 13. You know what I mean? Some people started working at 13, man.
Right.
There's kids I know working at damn near 6, 7 years old. Selling waters on the street, man. Right? Our people got, we every city, man, we got young boys want to sell water in the middle of the damn boulevards, man. On the avenues.
You still doing that?
They still, to this day, man, it's 2025, and our young boys still got to sell water, man. It's crazy, right? But that's just the hustler in us.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're going to make a way. We're going to make a will to survive. Right? But go ahead. Continue with that. Read that again.
Sirach, chapter 29, verse 26. Come, thou stranger, and furnish your table.
And furnish the table, read.
And feed me of that thou hast ready.
And feed me of thou that thou hast ready. Right? That's what I call taxes. Right? I pay you. You in my house. What you got? What you got? You coming? You know what I mean?
You gotta take that before you.
I gotta take that. Right. Let me get some of that. Let me stick my dirty ass fork in your food, man.
You just make the loaf. Let me put my finger in my whole hand and then rip off some of that loaf.
Right.
You start eating.
Right. Using my stove, using my gas, and you know my pots and pans. Let me get some of that. You know what I mean?
You get your first check. You just started the job. Get your first. Oh.
Right.
Where all the money go?
Exactly. What's up, man?
What's going on? Hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ugly ass.
They love the white guy.
Who is it?
Everybody loves the white guy.
But God hates the white guy. You know that?
Right.
Oh, wait. Really?
Yeah. Did you know that?
Here's the thing.
Listen. Think about this. Wait, before you say something. About this, right? If God loves white people, why would he allow you and your people to rape, rob, and murder the entire earth and kill the Native Americans, your forefathers, right?
Wait.
Why would he allow that?
Wait. Here's the thing. I never did that.
Right.
I never did it.
Isaiah 14. It doesn't matter if you did it or not. That doesn't matter. You know why? Because the Most High God is a just God, right? The thing, look, you can listen. Look what you're doing. You can have a bottle open, enjoying your day, feeling good. Got the alcohol on me. Wait, back up, right? You got your kingdom here. You got all these buildings, man. You could be a CEO in one of these. Look at these buildings. You could be CEO up in this building, right? But yet you're out here with an alcohol bottle in your hand. All right? Take a step back. Yeah, you're a little close, son. Your foot messed up.
Because I will. If I told you what's going to happen, you'd be like, oh, well. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Read that scripture. You said go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Right, because you said, I had nothing to do with slavery in destroying the Native Americans, right? You said that, right?
Did I ever have?
You never had slaves? That's what you said, right? You never killed anybody?
Did I ever kill anybody?
Your forefathers did.
Wait. Actually, do you know that?
Yes.
Wait.
That's history. That's facts.
I'm Italian, right? I'm Italian.
Right. That means you're direct descendant from those people. Right.
Wait. Actually, my buddy, I can't say where he has. How about that? I never did nothing.
And this is the thing. Whether you did nothing or not, this is what God says, right? Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Right? It says prepare a slaughter for his children for what their fathers did. So don't matter if you didn't do it. If your father did it, you got to pay for what your father did. You understand that? That's what God says. That's what God says.
I know you're a big guy.
Okay.
But I never did nothing to nobody.
But God don't care about that. God don't care about that. Get that numbers out. What's money grab? Bring it up. But go ahead, man. Go about your day, man. We're not going to bother you. Have a good one, man.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 35. That upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth.
Right, from the top.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 35.
What's going on, Elder? How you doing?
Yeah, my brother be out here. That's the boy. How you doing?
Yeah. You got to speak up.
I might not. I want to do that.
We don't what?
We don't have
Step back.
My.
A little closer.
Hey. Help me out, bro.
Yeah, we listening though. You got to speak up. That's all.
Help me out, brother. Help me out.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Watch this. You say God. Listen. You got to listen to God though. You respect God?
God, bro, I respect the person.
Do you respect God?
God will have respect for you.
Do you respect God?
Yeah, but you
So listen to God.
have him in obedience.
See?
In obedience.
See? You're not
Hear
listening.
me out.
You're not listening
No,
to God, though.
you want peace. Your boy, his boy, man. His boy. What?
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 2 and verse 25.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them.
Read it again.
And God had respect unto them.
He had respect unto them. Read it again. A true follower.
Oh, baby.
Alcohol brings the truth out of you. Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Before you read, stop.
All right, we got you. Got you.
So, right, chapter 29, verse 26. Come thou stranger, and furnish the table.
Furnish the table, read.
And feed me of that thou hast.
Read.
Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man.
To an honorable man, right? And this is the thing, man. When we in a house that you don't own, you staying in another man's house. Like I said in the beginning when you first started, that's a miserable life, right? But it said what? Read that last part. Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man. Give place to an honorable man. Right? That's the cut. And at the same time, when you think about that, right? You're doing good. When you think about that, what do they say when other nations come in this country? Right? The Chinese, the East Indians, right? The Moabites, they come here and they get to dwell, right? The Arabs, right? All of them, right? They say, oh, it's more honorable man, or the Irish, the other white counterparts, the Jewish man, right? Read.
God, Iraq, chapter 29, verse 27.
Go ahead.
Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man.
Give place to an honorable man, read.
My brother cometh to be lodged.
My brother cometh to be lodged. And who's the so-called white man's brother? Right? Esau, Edom, the other white nations.
And when they lodge, they lodge.
Right, they do. They gotta lodge. They call it the lodge.
You gotta understand, they go to work, they lodge.
Yep.
They go to the lodge, they lodge. They go to the ski resort, they lodge. Like, they don't do no work.
Exactly.
Until you pull up your bootstraps.
Right. Elder drunk, man.
Right.
I don't know if y'all said that, but Elder, you know what I mean? We're trying to deal with the Elder respectfully still, even though he's under the influence. You know what I'm saying? He's, you know, same with the Edomite that came up.
It's cut to an honorable man. His actions are honorable.
Right. Go ahead, bring it out.
Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man. My brother cometh to be lodged.
Right.
And I have need of mine house.
He got need of his house, man. So you sleeping on that couch, you a stranger, you in his house, right? Your brother, or that person's brother, is coming. He wants you to get up and move, man.
Right.
Man, you sleeping on my couch, man. Put your stuff up. Make it look like you're not even here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just go sit in the car, man. I'm having a party. You know what I mean? My parents coming over. You know, I got people that you know, I respect a lot more than you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want them to see that you staying in my living room.
Right. In the worldly thing, my girlfriend come here, you gotta make this stuff scarce.
Right. Don't let some yams come over.
Right.
Don't some potential yams come over. You gonna lose a friend. You know what I mean? You might have to move out that day.
Right.
Depending on how the day go with your friend in his own house with that woman, the next day you might be having that talk.
Right.
You gonna have to move the hell out. Right? Right. There's more than that?
Yeah. Verse 28. These things are grievous to a man of understanding.
These things are grievous to a man of understanding. And I'm likening this unto the nation of Israel in this land of captivity. Right? We are strangers in this land. Right? We are strangers to the stranger in this land. The stranger that raped, robbed, and murdered and took over this land. Right? The Jewish man, the so-called white man that took over this land. Right? They're the original strangers.
We're strangers and their friends.
Right. Exactly. Right? Read that again. I forgot my point.
These things are grievous to a man of understanding.
Right, to a man of understanding. We understand the scriptures and we bring this truth out to you of who they are according to God, right? Who you are according to God. what their judgment is according to the Most High. And once you really truly understand that, it's grievous to you. Just like it's saying Revelation 10 and 10, right? Eat this roll. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet at first. It's like, man, I'm a child of God. You know, I'm an Israelite. I actually do have a culture. I actually do have a nation. You know what I mean? We are the greatest people on earth. But then it's bitter because what? It's grievous because what? Go ahead, bring it out.
Book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's
God, your
hand.
personal trainer, right?
All right,
Ate it up.
listen to this. Listen to this.
Found the book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey.
Right? It's sweet to hear. Right? It's sweet to speak. But go ahead.
And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Right? Your belly was bitter, man. Right? It hurts your belly because you see your people still in this condition. Right? You see the so-called white man dwelling on the earth in peace. Right? Gentrifying your neighborhood.
Right.
But it's like we gotta wait. We can't do anything about it yet. Right? We gotta wait upon Yashayah. We gotta wait upon the Most High. Right? And this is why we still doing what we're supposed to do. By feeding the sheep. Like Yashayah commanded us to do. Right? Like he said, if you love me, feed the sheep. Feed the sheep. Go ahead, keep going.
It's cut for the slothful brother.
Bring it out.
And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings.
Right? You must prophesy before many people, nations, tongues, and kings, man. So it don't matter where you at, you know, what your circumstance is. You know, take 5 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour out the day and edify, man. Teach your people. Whether it be at, you know, at work, come out to camp. You know what I'm saying? You got time now. Bring your ass to camp, man. Right? This world was made for many. What's that? Second Edges 8 and 1 or 2? Right? Let's close out with that. Right? Let's close out with that, man. All our people out here, homeless, man, getting fed defiled bread, getting fed fluoride-filled water, probably some pork. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, a little salad right there with the pesticides on it.
Making bits on top.
Right. Bring it out,
Right, in the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
Right, he made this world for many, but the world to come for few, man. Those few are the elect men of the Most High God, the 144,000, and the one third of the elect of Israel, man, coming out of this nation, right? Like the scripture said in Jeremiah, he shall no longer be called the God that saved us up out of the land of Egypt, right? He shall be called the God that saved us out of the land of the north, right? And this is the land of the north, man. And with that, I'm Brother Yashayah with the servants. And Kwam Yashala. And Waf Wababar.
Waf Wababar.
Come.
The servant.